finisher. Right there, he hit a signature, that giant chokeslam.
The chokeslam I do remember.
There you go. Look at him. Big Show refusing to stay down. Ooh, I missed.
His ear's hurting, though.
Yeah.
His head's red.
Yeah, his head.
Red,
It's more than just his ear. Undertaker really working the Big Show's ear tonight.
Drilling that ear.
One of the letdowns, for me personally.
Oh.
Yeah, well, there's one of them
His head
forever.
just clipped right through the...
I mean, Nate, you play a lot of sports games.
I do play a lot of sports games.
I mean, so do I. You know, as far
Lots
as
of collision detection
football.
issues into every sports game you play.
It is, and I think it's more noticeable in wrestling generally because you're trying to get. I mean, you figure there personally.
There are two guys. There's a lot of physical interaction happening between only the two guys, though. So you expect it
with
to be
a
little
ton
bit
of
more.
and I mean, you figure your normal football game. There's only so many animations to it, whereas wrestling, you have all these different moves and people doing different things and AI trying to do these things. So I mean, it's always disappointing to see how bad clipping is in any wrestling game.
Especially because you're only, in football you have a lot of other stuff to look at. Like, there's offensive line, defensive line, wide receivers, quarterbacks. Cameras removed, a lot more going on. In this, it's like two guys, and in that situation, the camera was pulled up so close, it was like if anything went wrong, you were going to notice it. And then in that instance, it did. What's happening here? Why is Big Show on the ground?
They're counting.
Okay.
Well, that was another. If he did the Go-Go Plata again, and the show got moved their finisher. So we're trying to keep Big Show down. Who knows if
so
it
doesn't
will
he have
work?
to get on him to pin him, though?
No. Last man standing is just a knockout, like a boxing thing.
Okay,
so you just want to make sure he stays down the entire time.
Gotcha.
But back to my disappointment, because we can still see it very clearly. The crowd here, there's a few different crowds in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, but this one is a lot of recycling stuff from last year. You see the guy out here with the green and white striped shirt, that's Brian. He's one of the THQ creative directors.
Okay.
The guy in the Shane O'Mac jersey is Corey Ledesma, the senior creative manager there for the product.
Yeah.
So, I mean, last year it was cool to have him in there because, like, oh, look at that. But, I mean, they've literally changed nothing about him. Like, those are the same two characters, and I find that, I mean...
Yeah, it's bad.
That's disappointing, you know what I mean? Like,
for that kind of stuff, you need to, swap out some of the character models.
I figure as
Put
much
the designers in there, but give them new.
as much wrestling as I play, you know what I mean? Especially last year and this year, like, little stuff like that stands out to me as far as that, this does look a lot like it. And, I mean... I think there's the big argument in the office is, that there's not many wrestling fans as far as video game wrestling. Like me and Dunham, and we are people who play them all, and our new sports guys into it too. But for the general person passing my desk, they always say, "Oh, it looks like last year. Looks just like last year." And I think in the past,
everybody says about every sports game. Though,
exactly.
You can't reinvent the wheel with these things. You have a set base that you have to follow, and then it's tough to add on to that. But it sounds like, I don't know, you and I were talking about the career mode the other day. Can we talk about that? Is that
they know, at this point, they know just about everything.
So that sounded really cool with the way you build up your character and stuff, like an RPG element to it.
The career mode I do enjoy, but I can understand why people are going to be grumpy with it. I mean, if you're just joining us, what it is that you take a character, whether it be created, a diva, a regular old superstar, and they start you off basically in the 30s as far as your overall, and you have to work your way up through the ladder of success, beating people, getting 5-star matches or 3-star matches, and you're building this star count so you can go after the champion and challenge him for his belt. It's really cool, but the problem is that this is the only way to build your created character. So for me personally, for me personally, I don't mind spending 5 or 6 hours in there with Gruesome Greggy, taking him through all this stuff, building up his hardcore attribute, and so on and so forth. But I can understand if somebody wanted to get in there and make RVD, Sabu, Dusty Rhodes, and make a giant roster of people that they want to use. It does suck that you're going to have to get in there and have all these people in their 30s to begin with, you know what I mean?
Now, is there a way for Big Show, have you ever seen it happen with two AI characters, for Big Show to come back from something like this? Because it seems like the entire match, Undertaker's just been wailing on him and beating him up, and he's been down on the mat, getting up, recovering. Is it possible for him to come back for something like this? Like,
it would be.
Does this game make it so, like, one move could turn it around?
Yeah, in certain situations it does for sure. One of the abilities you have is kip up, where you would, if you're down on the ground, you can snap right back up. You'll have a full momentum bar. You'll be able to dish out a move right away to try to sway your balance. Another thing is people have some people have is an ability regenerative health. I can't speak.
It's okay.
But you get out and hold triangle, and you'd like hold your head, and then it would go back to being right before yellow. That would be right before red. It would be that really dark orange.
Okay.
So there's ways to get yourself out of it if you have that ability. I mean, right now you figure, if I was the Big Show in this match or whatever, I would be, anytime I had the slightest opportunity to get out of the ring, I would get out of the ring and get a weapon. I don't even know if he has the ability. I'm not sure what Big Show's abilities are off the top of my head. I play more than a few of these characters. They all begin to run together.
Greg's been playing this game for the last 9 months of his life.
But I would get out, and get a weapon and try to stop him that way. Because if you can get that, that's the easiest way to turn it, and especially in a last man standing match like this. Too late, though. It's over. That's all it took.
Undertaker with the KO.
Man, I tell you, that Undertaker, he'll never lose.
Look at these new loading screens.
But
great.
Again, honestly, I know it's one of those things that not many people you probably care about, but this is a huge step forward. Because before they were just, static photos of people. Whereas now to show me my percentage of how many times I use this weapon, what a character's record is, it'll say your title defenses. So like it'll show, the current champion's Jericho, and he's defended it. The last time he defended it was here. This is how it goes. Blah, blah, blah. Pretty awesome.
Cool.
Undertaker,
way to go. Cyber Sunday, Victor.
You think it'll really happen on Sunday?
No, not a chance of no.
Oh, okay, Big Show's
going to take him down.
All right. Well, thank you folks for joining us here for the Insiders pay-per-view simulation of Cyber Sunday. Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Greg.